Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to ATD Demo Day, Emerging Technologies in L&D. I'm very pleased to introduce today's fourth demo of the day with CYPHER Learning, how AI and new tech are changing the game in course design. Jennifer Geisler is the Chief Marketing Officer, and Alexia Sanchez is from the CYPHER Learning team, and they are going to guide us through their demo today. So Jennifer and Alexia, I am passing it over to you to take it away.
Great, thank you. I can't kind of begin how excited we are to be here. We're going to go ahead and share the screen here and get this party started, so to speak, right? So this is what we're going to end up doing today. We're going to end up probably showing you something that you're going to say, I don't believe you, okay? And we're okay with that, all right? Now, before that, I just want to give you a quick rundown of, give you a little bit of context on CYPHER Learning, just so you have the whole gamut of what we do provide, but we're going to double down on two things that you're not going to actually believe is really, really true. So that's a pretty cool thing. Now, because we know there's going to be lots of questions, which we may not be able to have all time today, we are very active with the ATD community. And by the way, happy 80th anniversary. That's stunning. Congratulations. This is an awesome group of people. We love working with you. We're at the main events. We're starting to ramp up a lot of our chapter memberships. But for anyone in ATD, just go here, cypherlearning.com/ATD. Anytime. That page is active just for ATD members. Questions, comments, anything, you get to the fast track are very important. So remember that if we don't get everything answered for you here today, we're going to be with you even after we hang up from here for anything that you need on that one. So love ATD. So let's really talk about, I just actually went to the, actually by chance, I actually went to the website there. So what we're going to end up be talking to you today about is actually what we do here at CYPHER Learning. And I think a good way to think about this when you're going to hear about some of the crazy things that we do is people say, well, how are you different? And right now, I think how you're different is that if the only shoe that you had, yes, I'm talking shoes, but if the only shoe that you had was a flip-flop, you would think that is the best shoe ever, right? That shoe, you could do anything you wanted, and you can even use that shoe to run a race. Now, I have a question, just hypothetically, how many of you ever tried to run in flip-flops, right? It's super hard to run in flip-flops, right? Now, but if that's all you knew, then you would be very, very happy with the flip-flops, right? You say, great. But what if I then introduced you to the running shoe? And all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I can run a race. This is what great looks like. This is what I can actually do now. I thought the shoe I had was good enough, but now you just showed me this incredible running shoe. And wow, I can run faster. It provides me the support. It does exactly what I needed to do. And it's just not repackaging the old. It's taking me to where we want to go. So think of us as that purpose-built running shoe. Now, that running shoe, it basically is to do three major things for you. This running shoe is to provide you the smarts. This running shoe is going to provide you with the style, right? And it's going to provide you with the strength. And what we mean by smarts is, you know how we've all talked about making personalized learning a reality and all this competency-based stuff. And it's so hard to do. You want to do it. That's what modern learners expect you can do. But guess what? It's hard. It's cumbersome. You can't do it. Well, we've got the smarts to get you there. And that's what Alexia is going to show you. She's a solution architect. She's a smart one in this group between me and her. So she's going to actually show you that. We're going to talk about taking personalized development, making it a reality with support with a competency-based approach. The other thing we're going to show you is we've got automation, right? Not just automation to create a badge. We're talking platform-wide automation. And one of the really cool things about what we're going to do when we talk about automation is this thing called CYPHER Copilot. And CYPHER Copilot is able to generate 80% of your course, which we're talking about the outline, the content, the modules, the sections, the assessments, the competency mapping, the rubric mapping, gamification, glossary, study guide, individual assignments, group assignments, in under 10 minutes, and do 80% of that and get it done for you. I know that's the part where you're not going to believe me, but that's what Alexia is going to show. So that's what we mean by smarts. Now, the next thing is around the strengths. Strengths means our integrations. We have over 1,000 integrations. We get it. You folks have all this larger ecosystem. We need to talk within it. We're there. You need reporting, not just canned reporting, but you need to do your customized reporting. Have it there. And we also believe part of the strength is keeping that human connection. We don't want to be so sterile that we're all like boring technology, right? We want to be able to communicate. We've got this really cool thing called groups. So if you have enough time, we're going to show you that. We have this thing called universal translator. Get this. I can send a message in English to someone that speaks Spanish. And when they get that message from me, it shows up in Spanish. They respond to me back in Spanish, but I receive it in English. It's kind of like those days of Star Trek, right? Where they had the universal translators on their ears. Well, we do that with the written communications. It allows us to be very, very global. And we do that in 50+ languages. So when we talk about human connection and togetherness, we're serious about that. And then the final one is style. I mean, you just have to look, when we have a lot of training companies that use our platform and they're trying to sell their content, man, you've got to look pretty. You've got to look slick. You've got to look modern. And so that's why we have a lot of training companies, because we have that. The delightful course design, that's what Alexia is going to show you. You're going to be blown away. And then leveled up gamification. Now, I know in corporate world, we like to say we don't like gaming because it's not cool and it's not fun. But our employees are the people that are gaming at night. Hopefully they're not doing it during the day. And so we have all this type of gaming, like periodic leveling, group gamings. In fact, the country of Qatar has nationwide gaming going on using our platform. So that's really, really cool gaming. So you got smarts, strength, and style. So that's what's going to come up today. You're going to kind of see that through. But what we really want to do now is we want to get to the heart of the matter. And we're going to show you a 2-part demo. The first demo, and I just get so excited on this one, so I talk when Alexia is setting it up, is called the CYPHER Copilot, which is generating 80% of the course, right, in under 10 minutes. So what I want you to do right now, go into your chat right this moment and write down a course that you want us to create. So go into chat and do that. And just put it in there, please. There's one on flip-flops. Gotta love that. But put in a course title that you want to have. What would you like to see in a course topic? So new employee onboarding, closing the sale, having difficult conversations. I love that one. New employee, how to use Microsoft Teams. These are awesome. So Alexia, tell you what, do you want to pick any one of these? And we promise it won't be a CYPHER Learning employee topic. All right. So
fantastic. I think that there are many great ideas over here. Come on, look at that. Very difficult to select, but you know what? I'm really curious about doing closing the sale. I'm very curious as well how we can enable our sales employees in here. Let's see how we can close those sales.
Okay, so she's going to go open and she's going to go into Copilot right now. And I'm going to talk over this part because I want to show you how easy it is for her to actually create a course using Copilot. And then while that course is running in the background, we're going to go ahead and she's going to show you some really cool skills development. So, all right, Alexia, create us the course on that. So you add a course, she types in the name, how to close a sale. All right. And you can say, get assistance from Copilot. Now she's going to go over and add a course. she's going to choose the audience. And I guess we'll just go with adults here. There's different types of teaching styles. So we'll pick direct instruction. Writing style, it can be casual, academic, humorous, professional. Go ahead and pick one, Alexia. Language, like I told you, 50+ language. And the beauty here is if you pick Italian, because it's leveraging just Italian content, you get automatic localization. Now, are you going to go into some competencies? Now, here's the beautiful part. We have well over 2,000 competencies in our library right now. And you can search, you can look on maybe commercial sales, see if there's anything that pops up. There we go. That's great. I couldn't have done this better, Alexia. And then we're going to do about content. We're going to go with 10 modules or 5. You can do 5. Within each module, we're going to have 2 sections. Want to have a glossary at the end because we want to show them that. We're going to have a study guide. You want images, right? That's cool. Any videos? Yes, we want to do that. Assessments. We have over 16 assessments. So do we want a free-form assessment? We can click yes and include rubric. So it's automatic mapping to rubric. Then we have quiz assessment. We can choose multiple choice, fill in the blank, true, false, yes, no. We have only over 16 types of assessments that you can have. And then we can also say, hey, do you want to have an individual project for this? And then do you want a group project assignment? Once again, you can include it and map it to rubrics. Then we can say gamification. Do you want us to build in games? Yes. And guess what? She presses continue. Now, and then it starts running. Okay, so it's running in the background. So this is my chance. She's going to show it that it's actually activating. It's starting. We think it's going to take about 128 credits. What we can explain, that's the consumption of it. And they think it's going to take us about 5 minutes. So Alexia, while that's running, you want to go ahead and go into the platform where we have existing courses and show them some cool things around skills development?
Fantastic. Yes, let's do that. So aside from building courses, thanks to the AI-powered generator, additionally, the platform is tying everything up around skills development, because we not only want to train our staff members, our employees on just giving them content, but we really want to make sure that they are being assessed holistically, that it is not only providing them the input, but what we are also being capable of doing is understanding where we are going to find those gap areas in their personalized learner journey. So over here in the platform, what you are currently seeing is going to be the skills development tool. This skills development tool is very powerful because it allows for the learners to select goals for themselves. For example, maybe I want to master all the skills associated to the business development representative job title that I may have. Now, what it is fantastic about this is that you can associate to this job title or to your different personas or profiles competencies that may be soft or hard skills, meaning that you can add technical skills. Maybe it's going to be leadership skills. Maybe it's emotional intelligence skills. So over here, you will see how this job title is associated with multiple skills that will allow the learners to really perform as expected under this job title. Additionally, it will provide the learners with multiple moments where they will put into practice this specific skills. And as a learner, I will be able to identify that perhaps I need to put into practice this specific set of a skill, and I could go into the details area and see in which course and in which assessments I can put into practice that specific skill. Now, additionally, the platform is fantastic because it will also provide me with recommendations. It will allow me to select from multiple courses, multiple groups, which are social collaboration elements, and as well resources that will help me improve in my performance in my job title, but it will also help me as well master the sets of the skills that I'm required to work towards. So for example, over here, and I know that someone shared with us the title of having difficult conversations with customers. So this one, for example, it is being recommended for a BDR job title. As well, it is recommending me to join this group as well, best practices with sales team members, or imagine as well that it may be with a conversation with a subject matter expert as well. So additionally, we can also support Q&A forums with your managers or those SMEs, and we can clearly see who is working as well towards this progression, which is a fantastic tool because I can also communicate and have social collaboration elements, skills or competency-based training approach. And additionally, what we're having is communication, all mapped together in here. Now we're having a lot of questions in our chat. I'm going to quickly answer a couple of them. It can be customized for your different divisions. The platform will allow you to have that type of flexibility as well. So this is a fantastic tool that we are going to be able to provide. So imagine for a learner coming in here, viewing exactly how all of the courses that they have been assigned to are helping him become a better person, not only in the professional world, but also the skills that that person is taking with him or her afterwards. So all of this is going to be available in here so that learners are really engaging with the platform, because what you will be doing is reducing the level of uncertainty. Learners will be engaged because they will understand how everything is pointing towards what they are really looking forward to develop as. We have multiple sets of competencies, such as, for example, we have either job titles or competencies coming from the European Union. We also will support governors, Western Governors University, and some other open skills as well. So this is going to be available here. And what the platform will also be able to do for you is that you can customize and create your own skills so that they are aligned to your organization's culture. Jen, what do you think about showing them the course that we just built?
I think, let's see. I mean, it's been about 5 minutes, so let's see how far we're getting along here.
Fantastic. Let's do that then. So we were talking about how to close this sale. Let's see how the platform has rendered the course so far. Well, Jen, it already seems that this is really going very well. We already have 5 different modules in our course. So the modules, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be the different chapters or units in which the courses are going to be broken down by topics and items. In here, you will see a short description. And Jennifer, what happens if I don't like an image? Can I change it?
Oh, absolutely, because there's all these authoring tools that we've always had in the platform. So that's where we say we'll do 80%, but we're going to empower you to change anything that you want in the course, just as if you were just creating it from scratch. So you have 100% control over the content, the visuals, the images, whatever the case may be. So modify as you see fit.
Fantastic. Yeah, you can fine tune whatever you may want to change in here. It really leverages the creation of the courses so that you don't have to stare into a blank page. You can customize it to have the terminology of your organization. So in here, if we go into one of these modules, you will be able to see that we now have our different sections, and we support two different types of sections: the input for the learners and the output from the learners. So we have over here some beautiful content, and please notice how it is already implementing best practices as doing short content. It is not going to be long pages of content. So for example, for this specific unit in how to close a sale, understanding the sales process. So in here, we will start by understanding how to prospect new customers. Then we are going to navigate to how to respond to customers' inquiries. And then we are going to be moving into assessments and activities where learners will get to engage with the platform. Now, as Jennifer was mentioning, we have multiple types of activities in the platform. And this Copilot tool allows you as well to select from different types of activities. Jen had selected a couple of these activities, such as, for example, an essay or a free-form activity that allows me to have access to a scenario. It gives me over here instructions, but most importantly, it is going to be mapped to a rubric. So learners know what to expect, what are the goals of this item, and they will also be able to understand and see how this is being mapped to the sets of skills that they are working towards. We also have quizzes in the given case that you may want to do it in a more self-paced type of approach. In this type of quizzes, we will find multiple types of questions, such as a true or false. We can do as well multiple choice, amongst other types of questions. So you have different types of assignments that you can select from. And as Jennifer was mentioning earlier, you can fully customize and select which questions you want to add, you want to delete, you want to customize in here. Additionally, we support individual project assignments in which learners will be able to apply their new knowledge into a scenario testing. So for example, in here we have a class project, which is closing a sale. So we have the different steps that learners will have to complete. Again, it is going to be mapped to the different rubric. And we also have social learning elements, such as a group project assignments as well, in which learners will be able to work together under different teams as well, so that they can collaborate and come up with amazing projects and ideas. Finally, we will have over here our glossary, and it will provide me with a set of different vocabulary words, as well as it will also allow me to identify the different items or keywords related to the topic. Now, next thing that I would like to show you is that aside from having this amazing content created and built in less than 5 minutes, we additionally support also gamifying the experience so that we are providing the learners an ecosystem of learning where they have access to content, they have access to assessments, they are being assessed in a competency-based training approach, but they are also engaged as they go through this experience. This game is the Sales Master. So the learners can achieve different levels, such as, for example, the first level that they will be able to reach is the Pitch Pro. And then they can level up to the Negotiation Ninja. According to these levels, they will be receiving as well different badges. And guess what? The badges are also customizable, meaning that you can add in here your images. You can create and build up your own images or select some from our built-in platform. And finally, we have an area of mastery, which is the way in which we can assess in a qualitative approach the learner's performance as they are going through the content. In this area, we will see that these competencies are being associated to different modules or units or chapters, and as well assessments. In this manner, we will understand that learners will be able to put into practice how to carry out a sales analysis in 4 different moments or activities. And as well, the platform will allow me to understand as an instructional designer how well I am assessing the learner's performance in the types of competencies. Yes, and that's a great question. AI created those terms, Speech Pro and Negotiation Ninja, and it always comes up with very creative titles.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice. It adds a little bit of creativity to it automatically. So if you don't want the creativity, you don't have to have it, but it's just embedded there. Hey, we've got about 4 more minutes on this demo here. So man, time does go way too fast.
Fantastic. And also, we can show them some other ideas. I mean, yes, the terms for gamification are fantastic. Let me show you another course that the platform built over here. For example, Emotional Intelligence 101. This one is a more robust course made out of 10 different modules. And let's take a look into the gamification experience. This is going to be called EQ Quest. And in this game, we have different levels of the game. And in here, learners can achieve Empathy Explorer, Self-Awareness Seeker, and Relationship Builder as EQ Master. So we have as well the leaderboard, and this leaderboard will show you the learners as they go through. This is a fantastic tool as well because you can award with not only badges, but also certificates, as well notifications, coupons, and as well different points. This is a fantastic tool if you want to keep your learners engaged as they go through in the platform. So now going back into our dashboard, you will notice as well that because the course is going to be the one that we just created, if that is tied or aligned to my personal goals, the recommendations will also add over here the course that we just built. So imagine just building up a course in a matter of seconds, and then that already being showed or recommended to your learners because it is relevant and accurate to their goals. You don't have to do a lot of LMS management work thanks to this, because the recommendations are going to be automated based on different profiles of your organizations. So less work, but more accurate. So in here, we will be able to see that our course, How to Close a Sale, has been completing. And now we have over here as well our study guide that has already finished rendered. And we have in here the final product as well as showing the learners as well suggestions for resources and materials. So the platform is not only going to provide you content, but also assessments, glossaries, study guides that are going to be very beneficial for your learners so that they can do a more just-in-time training approach. The information that they need whenever they need it. That is an amazing tool that the platform will be able to provide you.
Okay. So we've been patting around a lot of these questions. Alexia is a good point that maybe we can answer quick, maybe 1 or 2 of these before we sign off here.
Yeah.
So one of the ones that came up a lot is around, I'm trying to pull it up here, is around content. Alexandria, right?
Yeah, I got you. Licensing and screening. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So licensing is the same thing that you would always do, right? If you pulled a visual from the internet and it said, this is copyrighted, you need to pay for it. Well, guess what? You're going to pay for it, right? So we put those acknowledgements in it. So there's a lot of visuals or videos that are free, like YouTube and all of that. And that requires, we always put a disclaimer, please verify for that. So not any different than what you would do if you create your own course. It's just that we are a matter of serving it up. So that's, so like I said, it still requires that 20% for you to look at it. I mean, if you ask somebody to create a course for you, you would still review it and all those kind of things. And that's what that process is still there. We don't call ourselves autopilot because I don't think you want us to do autopilot. You want us to do co-pilot. We generate, we do the heavy lifting. Then you can do the overview, making sure that everything maps and then adapt. If there's any adaptation required, you're fully empowered to do that. So that's how it's done on that one. If I didn't answer that question fully, you can still go to that ATD link. The other thing is, does it export to another LMS? Absolutely. We're not only a consumer of LTI, which is what all LMS systems do. We're also a provider of LTI. Just like any other learning tool that's an LTI provider. This allows us to literally embed our course into any LMS using just that LTI standard. It's a very common thing. We have publishing houses that use it a lot. That's how they publish their content into any LMS, is by using our platform to push out. So it's just a very normal thing that we do with the LTI tool. Yeah, so thank you, Alexia, for that. How does CYPHER deal with accessibility? Yeah, we have a variety of accessibility. I know, Alexa, would you know that the acronyms and terminology quicker for me on that one? So
I think we're running up at time right now. So we have lots and lots of questions that we did not get to in the chat, which means we have lots of engaged attendees and participants, which is wonderful. And as you can see, we're just barely scratching the surface with all these demos in a quick 30 minutes. So please reach out to the CYPHER team, to Jennifer and Alexia, to learn more about CYPHER. We're so grateful for you guys to be part of this demo day event. We have one more demo coming up in 15 minutes. Again, there's a contact information being dropped into the chat if you want to go check out more about CYPHER. And we will see you in 15 minutes for our very last demo of the day with Tiger Hall. Thank you all.